Main screen, turn on.
Good evening. While most of us weren't looking, pornography shrugged off its dirty raincoat, left its Soho street corner and took over cyberspace. The government reacts as it always does to a sudden panic. A summit was held this week. A crackdown was agreed. If they appoint a porn czar, you'll know we're really in trouble. A tidal flood of the stuff comes down the internet. A third of the net is used to download porn. 1 in 4 queries to search engines is looking for explicit sexual pictures. Porn sites are busier than Amazon, Twitter and Netflix put together. Whether it can be proved that watching hardcore imagery leads people to commit sexual crime is still hotly debated, but 2 recent child murderers had violent pornography on their computers, and that's enough for many. It's an old argument between freedom and censorship, individual license and societal control, but something seems to have changed. The sheer volume of it, certainly. The nature of a lot of it, unimaginably hardcore to those of us brought up in gentler, more buttoned up in every sense, generations. But above all, its accessibility, an underworld of what many regard as obscenity, available to everyone, including the vulnerable and the young, at the tap of a computer key. Has the moral framework for this issue changed? Do we lack even the moral language to debate the competing rights and responsibilities? What should we think about porn on the web? That's the Moral Maze tonight.
Hello.
Hey, and that was Michael Burke as our special guest. He was discussing pornography, which is what we're going to be doing today. In case you didn't.
Did you hear what he said?
Yeah, those 2 child murderers.
No.
Right, yeah.
The porn is coming down the internet. You made a pun.
Oh yeah. It's a pun for ejaculation, isn't it?
Yeah, like you came, like you come down the back of the couch.
Yeah, to try and scare money out of it. That you come
Get out!
Yeah.
Get out!
It's in. Because but like in many ways, porn's all like exorcism. Like
like people roll their eyes, people shake.
Like some priests disapprove, but some priests will do it for money. Like
And some priests keep trying to exercise young kids.
Yeah, often priests exercise young. It was popular in the 70s, like porn, like pornography and The Exorcist, same thing. Like
same
basically.
damn thing. Fuck me, Jesus! Oh my god, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
I feel sick.
Like, everyone knows that Jesus was a bottom, not a top. Like saying "fuck me, Jesus" is wrong.
Fuck me, Jesus! It's like he's like, everyone, come here, here, Son of God, wide open for you.
In the Bible, he's called Son of Man, which indicates to me that he's it's sexual in some way, because the word's man is in it. It's sexual.
Man's a sexual word. Just like sex. Sex is very sexual.
No, it's not. Sex is a kind of industrial process. Like we're all tricked by the marketing of sex. Like they put on sexy products like cars or Pepsi. We all think sex is a cool thing to do because it's associated with those things. But really,
I need to buy a motorcycle because there's a sex on it.
Exactly. You see a motorcycle and a sexy woman riding it, and you think, "Oh, I've got to have a sexy woman now." When really you just wanted a motorcycle.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Seems to be a ghost in the back.
Yeah, that's like the hidden ghost of my own dear brother. Like I'm doing this from his haunted house in Germany. Like, because I had to escape from the Netherlands for reasons that I don't want to go into on the podcast. Like, in many ways, I'm in deep legal trouble. But, like...
Oh, you constant. The ghost of DNA.
Yeah. Like, it's like the equivalent of, I can't hear them, but you can. It's a strange phenomenon.
Why don't we have ghost eggs?
Ghost eggs?
Yeah.
Like, because an egg is a ghost. It's the pre-ghost of a chicken. Like, that's
well, no, like, because you eat the egg. You eat the egg and it's gone.
Yeah, but a thing before it's born, that's a ghost, right? Like that's what
No, 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 no. It's got to be
well.
alive, then be a ghost.
No, but like before
Like
you
the
were
egg
born, you were a ghost
existed,
too.
and then it became a ghost.
Oh, like the ghost of, well, that's just like the ghost of a fetus. You know, it's just something that haunts the Christian right in America. Like,
And fills the mind of Chris Christie.
what I'm saying is, before we're born, we're all ghosts. Like that's how ghosts work.
No, I
That's why
don't
many,
take that. It's like saying a blank page is a novel. No.
that's why many of the ghosts that you see in this world are very futuristic because they're the ghosts of people who aren't been born yet. Like,
I would like to see
that's why you see those
futuristic.
Kanye West style futuristic ghosts in silver glasses, like
I'd like to
challenging
see
Martin
that.
McFly to skateboard fights.
Where David Okora, they need to bring David Okora back and see if we can find some future ghosts.
Isn't David Okora actually a ghost now, though? Derek Okora. Didn't he die? He's a ghost now.
Darren Okora, I don't know. I thought he just got caught being a lying bastard.
Yeah, but he was so miffed about people saying he was lying about being able to talk to ghosts. He decided to become a ghost himself by dying of a heart attack.
I always thought that he just stopped doing it because of his racial stereotype of Native Americans.
Oh yeah, like that he
named
had
Samuel. So that's a Native American name.
No. Before the white man came to America and gave them all stupid names like looks at horses or stew with carrots in. Yeah, Barry. They were all just called Steve or Alan. Yeah, or Samuel, like Derek Okora's Native American friend.
Well, this is the thing. This is the thing. I've just got in my ear. Derek Okora died this year.
Yeah. Yeah, I told you, man. He's coming back for an ITV special in 18 months' time.
I've just made a link. When did this whole coronic virus happen?
The COVID 119.
It says he died on January the 3rd, and I heard there's some Chinese people around on the January the 3rd.
I heard that they were there at the funeral home, just inhaling his ashes.
And then they went home.
I think that sounds suspicious. They said now it's off to Wuhan to live our lives normally after inhaling Derek Okora's ashes.
This makes sense. This makes total sense.
Yeah.
I was thinking, because no one can see it. You can't think it. You go outside, you don't see it. But then it's it goes cold, and then these coronins.
Yeah,
got the coronins now because it's gone cold. And there's fog everywhere. I
think that our hero Donald Trump should make Derek Okora pay for causing coronavirus.
He should bomb the shit out of him.
Yeah, we should be invading Derek Okora right now. For too long, he's taking the piss out of us with manufacturing and intellectual property.
We need to find his grave. I don't actually think he snorted his ashes. I think that was just dandruff.
Well, he was half burned and half buried, wasn't he? They buried the top half of him, but they set fire to his legs.
He was really into dead people, so I imagine he was like, I better try both.
Yeah, I'm gonna do every funeral possible.
Oh, he was a footballer. That's interesting.
He was?
Fucking death of his career. And himself.
What's his name? David Icke was also a footballer.
Says he had pneumonia. That sounds very suspicious. Very, very suspicious. I mean, I've had pneumonia.
Yeah, and it didn't kill you.
It almost did,
but we managed to get that adrenochrome, didn't we, from Hillary Clinton? Yeah.
Don't mention that.
Sure, yeah.
We didn't get adrenochrome, Adam. It doesn't exist. We didn't get it from
Podesta.
Yeah. Uncle Fester didn't give it to us when we were in them black robes, and we weren't beating kids.
On the subject, of my theory that people are ghosts before they're born. Yeah.
Go on.
What do you think makes pregnant women so fat? It's ghosts. It's ghosts.
That kind of makes a little sense. Maybe fat people are just they've got ghost kids.
Yeah, fat people are going to be more people in their future lives that are growing more souls, and that makes them swell with ghostly powers.
That
Does that mean
makes a lot more
semen is
sense.
soul?
It's probably why they have to die so quick.
Sorry, what did you say?
Does that mean semen is souls?
Yeah, see, oh, well, yeah, every like sperm that you have contains one human soul. Yeah,
It is
that's the
sacred.
official position of the Catholic Church. Yeah.
So
Right,
whenever you spaz over a lady's chest, it's 6 million dead.
yeah, it's a Holocaust every time a copy of Razzle's sold.
Fucking
According, no, and that's not according to me. That's according to your favorite Argentine Pope, the one that you love so much. Everyone loves him, but like still his official position.
It's qualified.
Yeah.
it's lucky I'm not fucking Catholic. Otherwise,
Well,
Christ, I'd need to go to the fucking. I need to go to the Hague.
Yeah, you'd be at Nuremberg right now if you were Catholic.
I was only doing my job
I was just following orders from the text
by
line.
making them.
Did you call him the slope? You bastard.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
6 episodes in, man, and we're already into sexy Holocaust. But anyway.
No, there's nothing sexy about the Holocaust. We're somber and we're very straight-faced about it.
Yeah, it's true. Like, yeah. Definitely.
The Holocaust happened.
Yeah.
We need to keep saying that.
And, well, I remember from the film Carry On Auschwitz. That was a very somber, like, addition to the Carry On movies.
The matron in
Right.
that was a bit more intense. Hattie
Yeah.
Jakes, the big
Jakes
woman.
playing Joseph Mengele was intense in many ways. Like,
Couldn't fit through the doors as well. I mean, Joseph was a small man.
it's true. And
Big hit with the
Hattie
twins.
Jakes, wonderful actress, beautiful woman by all accounts. Like, but
Terrible to her
not-
husband. Absolutely awful to her husband.
Yeah, brass knuckles, everything. Made him eat ground up glass. Like, terrible to her husband. But like,
She made him sit, like, you know, like the edge where the door is, like the
Yeah.
drafty bit, where it's
Ooh.
slightly raised. Used to make him sit on there with just his knees until he listened. He'd already listened, like.
Yeah. Until he stopped unwinding the jumpers he'd knitted for her nails.
I mean, it completely fucking ruined the wrap-up party.
Oh yeah. Of course, like,
But then
Yeah,
he did
that-
run off. He ran off to Dad's army, so
he did.
he was safe in Dad's army.
Which one was he in Dad's army?
The second in command,
Oh, the
you know,
the
mustache
posh one.
man, and then he
Yeah,
had
the posh
his
one with the eyebrows.
posh
yeah.
one. Yeah,
Yeah.
he ran off to Dad's army because he was an abused husband.
Because he had Hattie Jakes at home with a rolling pin,
Fucking hell, man.
scalding him with scalding hot jam.
One of the best facts about Dad's army, the main bloke with the tash,
Yeah.
he had a thing in his contract where he would not remove his trousers.
Well, yeah, because like they did the broadcast we got of Dad's army was like was different to the one that was broadcast in continental Europe, because continental Europe kind of removed a lot of the wartime nostalgia and replaced it with softcore porn.
Well, yeah,
And,
like
yeah.
I remember the one when they were going, Mr. Mannering, and they were kind of fucking around in a field, and then they were all
Yeah.
naked below the waist.
They were,
But they had
were
shoes
naked from
on.
the waist down to emphasise their nudeness. They're still wearing the army boots and
Yeah.
those gaiters that they have to wear.
I mean, Mr. Mannering still had his trousers on. Obviously, that fucking contract
Yeah, well,
saved
okay.
his cock coming out, like, but
Yeah, well, they employed a body double for him. That's how. I forget the man's name. You know that Russell Brand slept with his daughter.
Oh,
He played
Manuel.
Yeah,
Manuel,
from Fawlty
yeah.
Tales. Yeah. Like that was his first big break in show business, being the lower half body double of Captain Mannering from in the softcore porn version of Dad's Army.
I remember he wasn't that bothered about his granddaughter getting railed by
No.
that liquid shit of a man, but
Yeah.
the
Russell Brand.
BBC left-wing mad.
Russell Brand is such a big lefty, yeah. Why is his second name Brand? Like a brand name?
I thought that. And Russ,
Yeah.
like rustling bag when you've just bought something.
Yeah. Yeah,
You've just been to Tesco and they're charging you 5 fucking p. That's fucking capitalism. Them bags aren't worth 5p.
No, they're like, in many ways, they're very, very much more expensive when you encounter all the animal life that's destroyed them by them in our oceans. But, like,
Yeah, but monetary, maybe 1p.
yeah.
I mean,
Like,
I
back
pay
to life,
that
yeah.
much.
Like, there are only two things that, like, are for life, and that's, like, prison sentences and bags.
Yeah. What about a
And
dog?
yeah,
A dog.
dogs.
You have a
Well,
dog at Christmas. It's not for Christmas.
I think what's implied by a dog is for life, not just for Christmas, is it's a dog for its life, not for your life.
No.
It's for the
You've
whole of the dog's life.
misconstrued.
It means that after Christmas, when you're tired of your dog, you kill your dog. That's
Listen.
what that
Listen
slogan
here,
is
you.
based on.
You've
Yeah.
missed the fucking point as usual. It's not
Oh.
about the dog's life. It's about extending the dog's life to your life.
Ah, so a dog
This is why
a
you've
life
never had a
sentence,
dog for
is what they're
Christmas.
trying to say.
Because you've not got the
Oh.
scientific equipment to elongate a dog's life.
You can elongate a dog's life by giving it more souls, but that's bestiality and that's illegal.
I'm not doing that. Well, no,
Yeah,
you
if you have
can't.
more, like dogs have thousands of souls in, like that's why they're so expressive.
That's what I say. It's a dog's life.
Yeah.
It's a long.
Yeah, it's a dog's life means it's a long like march, a trudge towards the grave, basically. Yeah.
Not a
But then
long-
they go to heaven.
No.
Dog heaven.
I put my headphones back in so I can't hear you. Like, Robert, you talk to the people at home. I've just got to do some small technical things.
What? Hello, everyone.
But yeah. Now, dogs, yeah?
Oh, he's back.
Like, we've been talking dogs quite a lot. But, like, why don't they have a mind of their own? Or why are they sort of, why
Well,
are they... They're
it comes
sycophants.
down to who owns them. If you're a thick cunt, you
Yeah.
can have a stupid dog.
Good point. Like, if you never teach your dog to read, and lots of owners are neglectful like that, they don't teach their dogs anything.
We taught the dog to gamble. We taught the dog to smoke. We taught the dog to drink. He was getting the life skills.
Like the life skills he'll need to succeed on any building site or bookies.
Exactly. Fucking amount of contracts that dog got. These other ones can't even fucking shit in the right place.
I saw a dog couldn't even tie its own shoes.
Fucking.
A dog at the age of like 17, which is like 96 in dog years, Velcro shoes on because it couldn't tie its own shoes.
Fucking ridiculous. I mean,
It's a beauty.
some of them go out without a coat. I mean,
Yeah.
have they not got mothers?
No. In many ways, they're all a son of a bitch. See? It's just a funny joke. It's a funny joke about dogs.
Adam seems to be fiddling with himself.
I'm fiddling with myself almost constantly, but really I'm just moving my computer around because like that's a secret. Like the visual gags don't really work in this format.
The old internet was better.
We live in the modern internet where you can't see our faces.
No, like that like in the old internet when it was just a window and you'd like bang on the window and then it'd be walking down the street and that's how you get a website.
And then you'd chuck a brick out, and then he'd send the brick back, and that was called a packet.
Yeah.
And he'd have a message on it, and you'd write his name on, and you go, "Do you want to go out later?"
Yeah.
Fucking lob it at the cunt, and then he'd lob it back, and he'd be like, "No, mate, you just chucked a fucking brick at me."
And then of course the various bricks were soon branded, of the various channels. So you know
Face brick.
you'd throw a Twitter brick, which was 140 ounces or less of brick.
And face brick, which was delivered direct to the face.
Yeah, the face. Yeah, and
And Insta brick, where it didn't matter where you were going to get knacked with a brick.
it's true. and Oni brick.
Only brick. Hey, that's
Well, you
a
had
bit
to- you had to pay a
risky for this
subscription.
program.
You had to pay a subscription fee, but then a slightly ropey 29-year-old woman whose life didn't go according to plan would hit you with a brick while wearing lingerie.
Oh,
You know?
that's nowhere near what I thought it was. I thought they'd be laying bricks.
Like,
What's sexy about that?
you don't know what's sexy about being hit in the brick with a face by a woman. That's the sexy.
Well, no, there's no. That's not inherently erotic.
I've watched thousands of the most French erotic films possible, all the Emmanuel series, and
But
that's the most erotic thing I can imagine.
I want hardcore. I want cement. I want proper foundations.
So what you want is for a woman wearing high-waisted underwear to come along, and put a boot on the back, put a work boot on the back of your head, and push your face through a breeze block. That's erotic to you.
No. I'm not there. They're just laying. They're just laying the bricks.
I see. No violence.
It's kind of a solo thing.
Yeah, it's just women on building sites doing hard work.
Laying bricks.
Yeah.
It's a fantasy.
Yeah, it's a complete fantasy. You're right.
It's. I mean, I know it won't happen.
Never happen in real life, would it?
I've got some of the weirder ones like fitting windows.
Yeah. Watching a woman doing plastering. Yeah.
I've seen a woman doing plastering.
I've seen a woman who looked like she'd just done some plastering, but something else had happened. Something very different.
Oh, she'd been killing kids again.
She'd been decorating a cake. Robert, you've got a dirty mind.
Oh,
Dusty.
Yeah.
it's a strange way to decorate a cake.
By murdering children. Yeah.
Murdering children.
According to those Podesta emails, that's the only way to make pizza.
What? What's a podesta?
John Podesta of the Democratic National Convention, who was Hillary Clinton's campaign manager. His emails were hacked by Julian Assange.
Oh, because everybody goes to Pizza Hut to fucking harass kids.
Yeah, to pizza ping pong or wherever it was.
But to be fair, Prince Andrew was at Pizza Express.
It's true, man. These connections don't stop, do they? Because, since we're outside the jurisdiction of our iron-fisted lizard royal family, we can say with conviction that Prince Andrew's definitely a paedophile, probably the worst paedophile who's ever.
I know about it.
A literal monster of a man.
He needs to be buried. Not necessarily after death.
He's a public menace.
But that's what you fucking get when you're just born to be whatever. Here, you've done fuck all for it, but have some money and you can kill people legally.
Yeah, you can shoot Princess Diana from a helicopter like you did in real life.
You can ram raid a shop like fucking Prince Andrew did before he got into all this bother.
Well, that's what he was into before. He
was a party prince, wasn't he? He was a party prince. What do you do when you're party? Ram raiding in the 80s.
Well, remember how they started the Falklands War for giving him something to do. Said, I want to fly this helicopter about.
Argentina wasn't even bothered until he turned up.
They were like, we don't really want these islands, they're cold and they're full of sheep. We're Argentines, we're happy with beef and parties and beautiful women.
And then fucking Prince Andrew turns up, he's like, hey, Argentina.
Yeah.
I'm going to fuck you up. And they're like, you what? You fucking what? And then he goes up to him, puts his finger in the drink.
He did.
You put a finger in the drink, and then the fucking table flips, mate. You go ape shit. Argentina, Prince Andrew, fucking proper brawl.
All of them there, all of the Argentina from the estate, all of the Argentina family, all 9 of them. All big lads too. But
Exactly.
it wasn't his finger he put in their drink. No, I heard anyway. I heard he went over, pulled his fly down, just dipped his testicles into their pint,
Fuck me, no wonder that war was. No
That's
wonder
how-
they tried to invade.
That's how the Falklands War happened. All because Prince Andrew wanted to fly a helicopter around and be a big man.
To be fair, Thatcher kind of covered it well. Like he's like, "Oh, we're not going to take any of their shit," and it was no mention of what happened in the pub though.
No mention of what happened at the King's Head pub in Macclesfield, which is where the Falklands War began. Because Argentina had come for a double glazing conference, out of cell double glazing.
He watched Mactown as well before.
Ah, yeah. Well,
so they went to.
They're famously brilliant football players. Diego Maradona at the time, and he was scouting Mactown for any football ideas.
They shut down this week. Mactown.
No more Macclesfield.
Bankrupt. Gone.
It's
breaks my heart.
Yeah, because they're your hometown team, aren't they?
No. No. Well, this is the thing. It's obviously it's famous for the Falklands War, but it's not too far away. Well, wasn't. But this is the thing. They were watching Mactown, and then they went for a fucking quiet drink, and then in comes fucking Prince Andrew, loud as fuck. He's already kicked the fruit machine.
He was already half cut. He was on the gack. You know, he was because he was a sniffhead in his prime. You know, and he comes in.
Toffee and his friends.
Yeah, he was demanding that they put some Chaz and Dave on the jukebox.
They're not going to go for that shit. It's a northern town.
Exactly.
They want Mac lads on. That's all they listen to.
They were after some Mac lads and some Sham 69, but it was like, no, it's Chaz and Dave time.
Fucking
and
rabbit. No wonder there was no wonder they put the windows through.
You're saying if there's no Chaz and Dave, it's gonna have to be black lace.
Fucking. I could do get out of my fucking pub.
And and the General Belgrano sank to the notes of Agadoo by Black Lace. 400 Argentines lost their lives in the icy South Atlantic Ocean while that was playing from Prince Andrew's helicopter.
Well, if you remember that film with not Margaret Thatcher, Madonna. She was on about it at the time. Don't cry, Argentina. Prince Andrew's gone now.
Don't cry for me. I'm trying to do it to the tune of Agadoo.
Don't cry for me,
Argentina.
Argentina.
Don't cry for me, Argentina. Don't cry for me, Argentina. All through my wild days, my mad existence.
Oh, don't cry for me, Argentina.
Oh, fucking hell. Even the ghost knows.
Argentina.
Yeah. And that's a history lesson for you.
History lesson. One part of history that's not been addressed at this part is illegal last names.
Illegal, yeah. Some last names are illegal. It's a sad fact. I think it's a manifestation of cancel culture. But we had the man who started this episode for us, Michael Burke. Isn't it? Last name is now illegal, of course, because Burke can't even rhyme for Berkshire Hunt. Which means of course wanker. But
exactly. You've got fucking Jerry Gay.
Oh yeah, and changed his name to Jerry Cantrell. Played guitar in
William Faggot, who changed his name to Shakespeare.
Yeah, when I was at school, he was still William Faggot, not Shakespeare.
Greg Dyke.
Yeah,
changed his name to Greg Dyke.
Yeah, because before that he was Greg Rookmuncher.
Which is way worse if you think about it.
It is.
It really is.
Because that offended Persian people. Because they make beautiful
there was Terry Cunt.
Oh yeah, Terry Wogan, as you know him.
He was. It's a terrible fucking Irish name, to be honest. But it is traditional. But there's no way you're going on. There's no way you're going on fucking do points of view called Terry Cunt. No way.
No, they
I mean,
wouldn't let him.
how many
wouldn't let him
complaints
do
would you get on
Eurovision.
points of view if
Yeah.
points of view had Terry Cunt
The,
on?
the very man who was hosting Points of View was called Terry Cunt. Like, it wouldn't have worked, would it?
It doesn't work to this day. And then you had fucking
Of
Barry
course,
Bollocks.
He was
Barry
inventor
Bollocks.
of Terry Clough as well. Oh, Barry Bollocks, yeah.
I mean, Barry
Like it.
Bollocks. He played Barry
Well,
on EastEnders.
Yeah, and he kept the. Oh no, I'm thinking of his brother, the other Barry Bollocks. He kept the alliteration and changed it to Barrymore. Barrymore.
Barrymore. His name wasn't banned. It was just more Barry.
Yeah. Barrymore, more Barrys for me. See,
He needed more Barrys so that he could get away with things to do with pools. Because if you think about it, you can convict one Barry, but you can't convict two Barrys.
no, like 2 Barrys is like in many ways like a legal immunity, especially since the trial was held in Barry Town in Wales.
I mean,
Like,
to be fair, he's actually more than that because it's his name suggests multiple above 3 Barrys.
yeah, well, in the original Latin, the name is Michael Barry Infinitum.
Or Barry or Barry cubed.
Yeah.
Oh, Gordon Bennett. These
I want to get back to the subject of Macclesfield Town for a second.
Why?
Because this is something that our British viewers won't know. Well, no, this is something our British viewers will know, but our international viewers might not, is the names of British football clubs and how they're often lame. Like,
Macclesfield Town was just fine. It's a town. It's Macclesfield. Done.
no, but they had a nickname. They were the Silkmen.
Well, yeah, because they made silk there.
Yeah.
That
And
makes
like,
sense.
Everton are the Toffee Men because they're made of hardened sugar.
Arsenal
Like,
are made of arses,
Yeah.
and that
Arsenal's-
joke's never been made.
No. Especially not by thousands of screaming football fans about David Beckham and what he does to Victoria Beckham and where he takes it. And is it possibly Arsenal? We don't know.
I doubt he does. He lives in Las Vegas. Why would he go to Arsenal?
It's a good point, lad.
I mean, you got
Chelsea-
Chelsea and
Their nickname is of course the Flying Cunts. The Chelsea Flying Cunts.
or
And then, in America they give the names like powerful macho nicknames. It's like the Portland Shite Wolves and like
the LA Fuckmen, or
the
Detroit Muscles.
the Austin Assault Rifle Men. Yeah. Whereas York City, the football team in England, are just called the Minster Men after the black and white minstrels.
I mean, one more thing, the Alabama GBH. I mean, it's abbreviation, but previous bodily harm. That's pretty intense. They're playing fucking football, for Christ's sake.
And they're only a college team.
It's men in shorts.
Yeah. Exactly.
They've got to compensate. Because Americans can't conceptualize scores that are below 10.
No, like in many ways, Americans work on like a different base of counting to us. Like we work on like where one number equals a number, but Americans are highly decimal kind of people.
I mean,
They can
why
only
do
conceptualize
something?
numbers that are larger than 10?
Why do you have to have every point is 2?
Like scoring 2 points from like a touchdown or whatever it is in American football.
I don't even know how that works. They just
like that.
fucking they throw a ball a bit and then they kick it a bit and then it's like there's loads of points.
And then getting 2 points is a bad result. That means that you did a bad touch bomb. But like,
I mean, why can't it just be, you scored, mate, well done, have a biscuit? I mean, they do it in rugby.
it's true. Like no one keeps score in rugby. It's mainly about how you can like physically assault someone, and physically assault someone in sensitive areas of their body without it actually turning into a sexual assault, because that happens later in the dressing rooms.
It usually does. You've got to flatten your ears as well. Like, You're not allowed to play rugby if you have
Oh, no.
ear-shaped ears.
Like, if your ears look anything like a human ear, you're just not allowed on a rugby field.
It's
I've
illegal.
seen. Well, they played a bit of rugby at my high school, yeah.
Hmm.
And what would happen is if you wanted to get on the rugby team, you'd have to go down to the teacher's office, yeah. And he'd have a little anvil on his desk, a little it looked like a miniature novelty anvil. And he'd get out one of them meat tenderizing hammers, the ones with the points.
They're just spiky bits.
Yeah. And he'd just flatten your fucking ears with it on his tiny anvil. And if you weren't prepared to endure like 20 to 30 minutes of that every day, you could get on the rugby team.
This is why you don't go all these fucking all boys schools and shit. They do weird things.
They do strange
tenderizing your students.
Yeah. Like, I mean, in many ways, like, that was the least weird thing that they did. But, like, nah. Catholic all boys school, what do you think they did to me?
They made you learn.
Taught me fucking algebra. Monsters.
Cunting fractions.
Wanking history. Yeah.
And gentle geography.
Oh yeah, I quite like geography.
Geography is always calm. I always like to river meandering. That was always fun.
Yeah. Oxbow Lakes, mate. Oxbow Lakes, or where it was at.
Fucking shale beaches and shale movement. That I fucking love that.
Open cast mining, what that's all about, and its environmental implications.
We never did open cast market. It was mainly like agricultural and fucking crop cycling and shit.
Oh yeah. We did a little bit. That was we did a lot of that in history. The crop rotation
and zoning in cities. I live on the suburb band. I don't really.
Yeah, we did a bit about the blue banana of Europe.
What?
The blue banana? Never heard of the blue banana of Europe?
No.
It's Gino De Campo's penis. Like, no. It's a patch of land stretching from Milan to the Low Countries that has a much higher human development index than most of the rest of Europe. It's the powerhouse of the European economy. Like, learn that in geography. Like, it's not helped me fucking once in my life. I work in a warehouse.
I've never fucking heard of this.
Why should I even fucking know that? But like,
Wait,
I learned it.
We're in like Spain, like fucked.
Yeah, it's not in the blue banana. And the blue banana is where everything happens in Europe. It's in many ways one of the evil plans of the European Commission to just force everyone in Europe to live in a giant blue banana in the centre of Europe.
I mean, they already tried to make bananas straight, these fucking Europeans.
They did. Like, there was a man in my old hometown. He was the metric martyr, they called him.
Yeah.
Because he refused to sell bananas in grams and kilograms. He wanted to sell them in old money. He wanted to sell them in
lumps of brass.
Yeah, like the weight of one horse. That's the only thing he'd sell bananas in.
A goat. A baby's hair.
But he was
not money.
He was called the metric martyr because he refused to sell because he refused to sell his bananas in such a way. They killed him.
I don't think he was really the metric. I don't really think he was the metric martyr. He wasn't the metric martyr. He was the fucking. He was fucking thick. That's what he was.
Yeah, but they took him to the middle of town in front of the war memorial about how we fought all these Europeans, and they shot him. I'm sorry, man. Like, I'm here with my brother. He's a good man in many ways, but like what he's just typed into YouTube is Nazi lingerie, and there's quite a few.
That's quite. Why would you put that on YouTube? Put that on Amazon.
Yeah. I think Amazon would have been a better place to search for that.
Would they sell it? We need to see.
It's true.
How would you define Nazi
Sorry,
lingerie?
serious Nazi underwear fire. Thank you very much.
How would you define Nazi lingerie? Does it just hate
I,
you?
and I was expecting, a lot more stickers on the cups, if you understand what I'm saying.
I was
Like,
expecting a Panzer.
Oh yeah, I was to have a kind of Art Deco design to be welded together from iron plate, like a Panzer IV, capable of waterproof, like a U-boat. That's some Nazi underwear.
I would implore you to type it into Google and look at the images. It's not normal.
Well, let's have. In many ways, isn't all underwear Nazi underwear? Isn't
Well, no, 'cause
the wearing of underwear?
I've just popped into the old Google, and there wasn't any ladies wearing lingerie.
Ah, I see. It's Nazi underwear isn't women's lingerie. it's not
men
for women.
in lingerie.
Yeah. There's a specific type of man who gets off on the kind of the
Power play.
the inherent masculinity of right-wing ideology, the inherent homoeroticism of it,
Getting slammed by Goebbels.
Goebbels was pretty much the alpha male of the world, wasn't he?
He did look like a potato.
And being 5'3" tall and as skinny as an owl.
He once broke his arm just by a strong breeze.
He saw a Jewish man and he broke his arm. That was the start of everything.
I was just walking down the street and this Jewish man looked at my arm and it fucking snapped.
How do you explain that with your evolution?
Fucking idiots. We better start here.
Yeah.
You broke your arm. Guess where I know where you can get your arm fixed. Where can we get it fixed, Daddy? Fucking Poland, come on.
Right. I've heard they've got really good arm doctors there. Let's go.
Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Come on. Right, we're here. Fixed your arm. Right.
That was the whole misunderstanding with the Treaty of Versailles, with the rearmament clauses in that treaty. They thought it meant fixing people's arms, but it didn't. It just meant weapons. That's why they abrogated that treaty.
It didn't really work. They didn't really define arms as guns. There's people there trying to chop their own fucking arms off because it's banned. Just needed some Sonic Boss music there.
Yeah, it really upped the ante, the drama. But if you had to have sex with one mode of transport, what would it be?
Ooh, fucking hell! Does it have to be transport, or can it just be a vehicle?
Any kind of any kind of vehicle, transport, could include animals, and I don't want to go there.
No, like a digger. What's that fucking bucket thing that walks?
I don't know what that is.
It's a big giant shovel. It's about the size of a factory.
Oh yeah, I think I understand what you mean.
It walks.
I've not seen one that walks. I've seen one that's on tracks and it's used for open cast coal mining. It's got
this one's bigger than them. It's literally the size of a factory, and it has to walk because it's that fucking big. The cabin is like a fucking cafe or something.
I thought that you just going for that straight away. I mean, you're not going to be man enough for it, are you?
Well, this is the thing. It's value for money. You go with a bus.
Yeah.
You get off. You're done, aren't you? You need to get more bus fare.
Well, I wouldn't go on a bus anyway. I wouldn't have sex with a bus because, well, I mean, you don't know who's been in it before.
Yeah, but you can get a fare. You can get a fucking
people every journey.
You can get a week's pass.
Exactly.
Go on as many buses as you want.
Very rarely the knocking shops do a monthly pass. Like,
That'd be all
any
right.
destination within Northern Westphalia, €31. This knocking shop. Yeah.
I mean, you could go home and you could
Mm.
like scan it and make fake ones, and you could sell them.
That's it. So if you know those mini cat earth moving things,
Yes.
the little diggers.
The little ones
I
without the cab.
Yeah. Well, no, they have the cab, but it's like a very small one-man cab in it.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I'm not the
'Cause,
biggest fan of them. They're not the best.
I'd have to say, imagine that afterwards it'd cry.
Because it's small.
Exactly.
She's stroking at him.
Try to put me off.
You fucking
She's stroking the
ghost.
toilet.
This is why people pay for their exorcisms, you know?
Throw some fucking garlic on him.
Mm. I don't have any garlic because I'm not French or Italian. Yeah.
How about some sausages? You're in Germany. Throw some sausages at him.
I enjoy that.
We're gonna have to do an exorcism then. How do we do this now?
Well, first we gotta get like a priest, but he's gotta be by a bus stop and only in silhouette at the beginning. Like we need one of them silhouette priests.
Oh yeah, next to the bus stop. I know what you mean.
Next to the bus stop. Like,
What religious nonsense do we need? What can we say to get? What pisses off ghosts?
like it's stuff like the power of Christ compels you.
No, it doesn't compel them. I mean, they're not going to go. They just laugh you in your fucking face.
Man,
Power of Christ compel you. Fuck off.
Well, since many ghosts are born in the future, a lot of them aren't Christian.
That's what I'm thinking.
A lot of them are religions that we don't even know about yet.
They're probably an industrial, extremely industrialized future. Ooh.
Most of them speak Korean. Like maybe I think it's mainly K-pop that gets rid of ghosts.
It might. I know. Maybe it's their reduced workers' rights.
They're large chaebol style corporations.
We can threaten to cut their wage from their Amazon job because they haven't peed in a cup out after 3 hours. Because they could have taken drugs in 3 hours.
I can't say I know much about that's the point, yeah. Mukbang, yeah.
Oh, it's gross.
How long? Yeah, mukbang is people eating vast quantities of food on camera. They often emphasize the smacking sound of their eating. Sometimes it's cute Korean girls, sometimes it's very fat gay men.
It's usually it tends to be middle-aged women and middle-aged men, like really ugly people who are really good at it. Probably because they can eat a shit ton of horrible stuff. I mean, you got the Chinese ones who eat like fucking everything's alive.
All right. Well, but how long do you reckon until I start to do mukbang videos? But they're, the consequences of eating those vast quantities of food.
Well, yeah, it destroys the stomach.
What I'm talking about is not graphic videos, just the faces, but it's just people shitting. How long do you reckon?
How long you reckon before that's a thing?
That's a reality.
I think it already started, but it's the popularity.
People would mainly watch it to see the looks on their faces, to hear the story behind it.
What would strain cam?
Yeah, you'll see a workaday blue collar truck driver from Alabama, and he'll start with a little story.
That'd be a bit like that Russian anything goes fighting, but with toilets.
Oh yeah. Russian
that
fighting
sounds like it's like the people who watch
goes
Pimple.
fighting just the Chechen war. Isn't it just like, oh well, yeah, we're gonna have a fight with these Chechens, but I'm bringing a tank.
Fucking.
There's very little dividing line between an ending goes no holds bar fight and just a war.
Oh no, this has gloves. So it's
I
alright.
see. That's what separates fight from war. It's gloves.
It's gloves and a mouth shield and an energy drink sponsor.
Oh yeah. Like very important to have
Very few wars were sponsored by Monster.
I do believe that the second Iraq War was sponsored by Rockstar energy drinks. If you've ever seen Generation Still, for example, they're always drinking energy drinks in that.
I mean, they were all wearing sunglasses and they were cool, drinking their Rockstar energy drinks.
It was the height of that period of time where
They had sunglasses on.
like Tony Hawk was there, doing fucking kick flips out of the helicopter. It was a cool war, is what I'm saying. And
I remember the bit. Do you remember the bit when they jumped? They had like 2 half pipes, and then like a helicopter was like firing on a village, and then Tony Hawk jumped over the helicopter.
No, it was so cool because he thought he was going to fall into the blades and get chopped up, like how Steve-O died, but he didn't because he's good at skateboarding.
I mean, no one got injured apart from the entire village.
No, well, but that was the point, wasn't it? Like they were the enemy. We were the good guys. We were the good guys doing an invasion, and they were the enemy living in their own country, not doing anything.
And they were asleep, and it was 2 in the morning.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't even Iraq; it was Norfolk. It was a terrible blue on blue incident in the US Air Force there.
Bloody terrorists hanging around in Norfolk.
Yeah.
Thinking it's Afghanistan.
Mm.
Ooh. My body and my brain, if you want to play the game. Funhouse.
Whole lot of fun. Prizes to be won.
Whatever happened to Pat Sharp?
Pat Sharp?
Yeah.
He's called Emily Blunt now. He transitioned.
Oh. He had a really good mullet.
He's Hollywood star Emily Blunt. You've ever seen him in no, it's Eva Green in Casino Royale. Emily Blunt's in a different thing. But yeah, used to be Pat Sharp. People know about that.
Pat Sharp. He was on Don't Forget Your No, that was Chris Evans.
That was Chris Evans, but not the Captain America Chris Evans.
I always think of Easter eggs when I think of Chris Evans. I don't know why. He's got like a really egg-shaped head.
No, I think of.
I also think of him crying because Billy, that other one went left.
Billy Bagpiper.
She played the fucking music too loud.
Oh yeah, well, what was the song called?
She fucking wanted to.
Wants to, because she wants to.
Why are you playing? Why are you sitting
on the back of the bus playing trance so loud, Billy Piper?
I want to, mate. I want to.
How do you feel, man?
Okay.
Billy,
just stop deliberately trying to put me off.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was funny.
Yes, you fucking cunt ghost. Fuck off.
Nah, it's alright.
Really
Throw some holy water at him.
I think he can hear you, but you can't hear him. Right, other than that,
He can't hear me. I know that.
I'm talking to his boyfriend, and I think it's lame.
We're not married.
No, not anymore. Not since the divorce.
We're doing it for the kids.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We do pretend to be married in front of the kids, but
Still got custody of your balls.
They're here. I can see them.
I've got custard in my balls.
Custard.
Yeah.
Creme anglaise.
Creme anglaise. So my creme anglaise goes everywhere. Oh god.
Fucking creme anglaise. Get hit by a car.
Creme anglaise came out.
In that creme anglaise that came out your elbow.
That was human blood.
We had to get an ambulance.
Like yeah, like
And but it was full of chefs.
well, it wasn't ambulance at all. I remember from I think it was the later years of the Blair government, about 2003, when he wanted chefs to be the fifth emergency service.
I remember
it was
that.
Jamie Oliver was fronting it at the time, because Jamie Oliver was one of the superhero chefs.
Jamie Oliver with his little hat on his little scooter, turning up emergency dinners, shouting at fat women because they were giving their kids coke.
He was there on 7/7 when that bus exploded, right? Just trying to give everyone a nice pasta and pesto meal. It didn't help. It didn't help with the situation at all. No.
The peach cobbler was useless. It didn't revive anybody. I mean, I understand like the effort, but when you've got like a mass terrorist attack, nobody wants a fucking souffle.
No, people coming out like shell shocked with PTSD from the tube stations that day didn't think, oh, the first thing I want is a 2-star Michelin star meal. In many ways, I just want to see their families.
I mean, really,
Jake Oliver, it'd be in their way, offering them like healthy but gourmet food.
Well, this is why they ultimately got rid of them, because they found the solution, which was just buy a box full of fucking feast lollies.
Yeah,
everyone loves them.
Now. Yeah, like after that outrage at the Ariana Grande concert in Manchester, it was all feast lollies and
footlongs.
And I think they had some Soleros too for vegans, because of course the Solero is the vegan ice lolly.
Because he's got no milk in.
Yeah,
it's too far.
and that's why terrorism didn't work in that case, because I mean, lots of very young people were killed and mutilated, but everyone got lawyers afterwards. So we were like, it's kind of a bonus, isn't it?
It's a bit like when you get your hair cut.
Yeah. So when you get your hair cut and the barber, he's got his supermarket. He's got a supermarket tub of Neapolitan ice cream, and he just gets one of them scoops out, and just scoops 2 scoops of ice cream into your lap for being a good boy after you get your hair cut.
Yay! He gives you a kiss on the head.
He gives you a kiss on your elbow head.
Get out, go on.
He gives you a playful kick in the arse as you leave.
I mean, my fucking barber now.
Yeah.
You don't give me a lolly.
No? Why not?
I don't know. I mean, my last one did.
I mean,
it was only 2 years ago.
You go in and you ask the lolly-related questions. You go into the barbers and you say, listen, I'll have my haircut and I'll pay you extra, but you got to give me something to suck on. Like, it's clear from that you want a lolly afterwards, but they look at you all weird.
I asked him about the lollies. And he says, you come in here for a fucking haircut, mate. If you want a lolly, come back to my house later. And that's when I got a bit suspicious.
Ah, see, if you want a pork lolly.
He said, I've got a bunch of lollies in the back of my van. I was like, no, mate, I'm alright.
If you want a man ice.
I'd rather not. Now I just go in with my own lolly. Don't even bother. No argument.
I'm just going to describe something to you that I can see, because like it's a mid-air collision. Like thousands will die, no doubt, if it was real. But like it does look like the planes are kissing. It looks like they're 2 innocent planes. Yeah. They're teenagers. They were built like in the early 2000s.
They're experimenting.
They're legal but innocent. They may be the same sex planes. We don't know. They're just giving each other a nice chaste, innocent kiss.
It was experimentation. It was youth. If you think about it, for a fraction of a second, that plane kissed the Twin Towers.
It did. For a fraction, for like.
It's kind of gay.
Like It was pretty, like, because the Twin Towers pretty phallic anyway. Planes, almost completely phallic. Like,
Kissing of said
what-
phallic items.
what 9/11 was pretty much docking writ large, wasn't it?
I mean,
Yeah.
like, it literally started with a kiss, but then it was full penetration within a second.
It started with a kiss. We never thought it would come to this 20 years later. War on Terror is still going.
It's been 20. Oh, I've just remembered it's not allowed to be funny until it's been like 20. Is it 23 years?
Yeah, 23 years is when it's no longer too soon for jokes.
I mean,
That was yeah.
we're telling these jokes for the future.
Yeah, like in
Yeah,
many
they're in the
ways.
bank.
Well, we know no one listens to our podcast now, but in the future, when people are desperately searching through our podcast for clues as to why we did the things that we did, like why an explanation for the tragedy that overtook Europe.
I mean, we haven't done the manifesto episode yet, so get ready for that one.
Only total Chaz write manifestos, you know that. Only guys who really score with women, like they write manifestos and shoot people.
I need to record the video in my car.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I need to record my manifesto in a car before it happens.
Yeah.
I mean, carry on.
Yeah.
Ooh, my legs. They're so leggy.
This is where the Unabomber got it wrong. Like, what you do is you record your manifesto first and then do a terrible crime. But he was doing the terrible crime to try to get people to read his manifesto. And it's a good manifesto, I've read it. Industrial Society and its future. But, like...
It's not much of a marketing ploy. I mean, you do better with posters.
Exactly, no pop to it. No, razzle-dazzle.
I mean...
You sell the sizzle, not the steak. And
I mean, the fucking brand name alone.
Steak and some letter bombs.
The brand name alone.
As well, dressed the same as well.
Yeah.
He's the name. He's like the brand. Like it sounds like Unabomber.
Yeah, you're right. It does sound like Unabomber.
But I think in the 90s that was more edgy.
It was because that bummer was still a dirty word in the 90s. It didn't
Like
mean
now.
what it was today.
Like now it's banned.
Like now I think like lots of slurs have lost their power. Lots of slurs will get you cancelled, but like you're still allowed. And I think the Queen does it every opening of Parliament. You're still allowed to write a letter saying the Prime Minister is a bummer. He likes to bum. he bums, man.
Well, they can't really do you for slander on that one either.
No, because it's true.
I mean, it's part of the initiation.
Now, what happens is the new Prime Minister is brought into the Hall of Prime Ministers. Like, all the older, bigger Prime Ministers are there. They're all wearing their like prefect sashes,
Loincloths.
Just like Brenda.
Yeah, and their school ties, and they're just bummed the new Prime Minister's initiation.
It's like a train. They train the fucker.
Yeah.
And it always starts because he has to wear a nappy, and it always starts. Oi lads, he's shit himself. My turn to bugger.
Yeah, it's gonna be warm in there.
We ran out of lube. I've got diarrhea.
And that's the Westminster constitutional system. That's how it works.
This is why when you look at Boris Johnson now, he's not smiling.
No, he's a shadow of a man. He'd walk through life with a pink, puckered arsehole, never been touched. Till one day, he fulfilled his ambition to become Prime Minister. And there's Theresa May waiting for him with an oiled on 19-inch.
I mean, she did all right because she's got diabetes. She kind of fell out of the... went out of her own head at the time.
Exactly. No, she was in a semi-diabetic coma to like deal with the trauma. But
I mean, David Cameron didn't really put up much. I mean, Christ. But to give him credit, he can get it up when on a pig. So
It's true. Like, no way to talk about Mrs. Cameron.
oh,
Whoa.
what do you like? Have a banana.
Lollipops.
Have a blue banana. Ooh, fucking David Cameron. Fucking coward.
Like,
He should
in
have
many
run the
ways,
country into the
you-
ground just like he fucking promised.
like, well, I mean, we all remember how David Cameron became Prime Minister. We were all flying around in the Britain jet. And David Cameron stood up with a box cutter and held it to the, a Stanley knife, and held it to one of the air stewardesses' throats, and said, "I'm taking control of this country," and crashing it into the Twin Towers. And
I do
that's how
remember
they-
that. I mean,
Yeah.
I was in the bogs, so I was alright.
Well, you were there smoking, weren't you?
Fucking.
So-
I avoided most. That's how I avoid politics most of the time.
Mm.
I just go and hide in toilets. There's no
So
politics
we-
in the toilets.
Yeah. No. Well. I don't know. Like,
I don't know. Have you ever had a political discussion in a toilet?
Yeah, that's about where I have. Like, what I like to do is like get a skateboard, yeah.
Hmm.
And I put the skateboard under my back. I turn off all the lights in a public toilet, and I shoot the balls with an air pistol. But eventually, someone comes in desperate, and they don't care that it's dark. And like they're in there straining away over a warm porcelain pot.
Over a hot toilet.
Yeah. And I slide under the door with my skateboard under the back. And I say to them, "Oi, what do you think of tariff reform?" That's how you discuss politics in toilets.
Should we go back to the gold standard?
Yeah. North Korea, like,
What's a old bad?
Are they breaching the non-proliferation agreement? Like, and of course, throughout all of this, I'm nude and greased up, and let's be honest, wanking.
Yeah, but whenever they fucking come back, what do you think about the Chinese?
No,
Their
no.
aggressive,
It moves in the South China
aggressive
Sea.
trade
Yeah.
doings.
Their cavalier attitude to intellectual property.
Soft as a fucking dove.
Yeah. Like, I'd have to stick a pencil in my urethra to get out of that, anything out of that.
Fucking hell. Oh. That's rough.
What about a nail? It's cheaper.
It's not too short, is it?
Yeah,
I
a
mean,
longer
you-
nail,
you-
9-inch nail.
Look, the longest nail you can buy is 9-inch nail. They're not good enough for me.
I mean that. You're just lucky. I mean that's how the 9-inch nails started.
Yeah. That's how Trent Reznor named his band originally.
He was like, "Hey, I've got this 9-inch nail. Do you think it'll go down my dick?" And they were like, "No, I think you've got an idea for a band name there, Trent." And he's like,
They said,
"Oh,
well, that's what the song Hurt's about, isn't it?
fucking proper
I
hurt
hurt myself today.
with a 9-inch nail."
It went down my job side.
And almost broke my bladder.
Yeah. Been a dirty episode today, hasn't it?
It's very dirty. I think it's because of the dirty ghost and the dirty
Yeah.
background.
Like, I've been haunted by a dirty ghost. Like, to be honest, I just feel dirty. Like,
Like I said, the Pope was a schlub, that was all.
No.
That was the dirtiest thing I said.
no, the ghost has been very clean.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the man that isn't a ghost.
Yeah, in many ways, I think it's me that's made this whole episode too dirty. I
Yes,
think this
you
is
have. You've been easily influenced by the non-dirty ghost to be dirty.
Yeah, it's true. But
I'm
like,
trying to
I think
impress. I
we
think
should
that's what it is.
we should label this episode "Too Hot for TV."
You
Oh,
just say
no,
we're
we've
going
got-
to break Manchester Arena.
We've got the
I didn't say that.
No, I've got it written down.
we've got the hyper sexy spooktacular coming up.
Yeah, that's true. It's a hyper sexy Halloween spooktacular.
It's going to be
Like
the
it's-
sexiest, spookiest toilet you've ever been in.
It's this episode, yeah. It's an episode of this podcast, but in the sluttiest costume you can imagine.
I'm gonna be sexy Garfield.
And I'm gonna be
Sexy John.
No, Harley Quinn. No,
Sexy
like,
John.
everyone's gonna be Harley Quinn. We're
You're
all
gonna be
dressed
sexy
as
John
Harley
later
Quinn.
on,
Well, only for you. Only for you.
or
Right,
Odie.
only-
It's up to you.
I'll be sexy lasagna. And you can eat.
Oh yes. I mean, yes, please.
Because it's your birthday.
It's lucky I have 5 birthdays a year. Otherwise,
Yeah, and my birthdays he means erections.
they do last a week,
Yeah.
and they do
Is it
need
really?
satiating. Otherwise, they will bring famine.
I know it's terrifying because it like first like the older like the white comes out your eyes and gets replaced with kind of a purplish blackish colour, and then you start speaking in ancient Sumerian, and the ancient Sumerian it translates to "I've got a lob on."
Well, let's see. Well, this is how you exercise the ghost.
Yeah, and then for a week we're having to like pump like gallons of human blood into you to maintain like necessary like blood pressure for you to live. And
It's
in many ways, I
it's a
find
little
it
bit-
like
it's
it's
a
a bit of a
hindrance in
turn
one
off.
way.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, like you kind of leave most things alone when you get it all done at once. Like 1 week of intense fucking
Yeah.
in a kind of
basically, yeah.
demonic manner. It's a
Yeah.
lot easier than this kind of dragging it on throughout time.
All those rotating Egyptian hieroglyphs that appear around, like it. The fact that there's a thing that only happens really in manga, in anime, sorry, and in real life. When that happens to you, is bits of the floor start just floating up around you,
Ah, yeah.
like a Dragon Ball Z style, like with power.
That kind of happens
Yeah.
with me when I've got that
Yes.
bit of a stonk.
Yeah, well, when you say, "Oh, suds, I've got a stonker."
Yeah, all the rocks start climbing into
Yeah.
the air, and like I'm covered in kind of like yellow light.
Yep, your hair goes blonde, like your eyes go blue.
Level
And I grow a
5 Ben.
tail. Ooh, fucking hell! I tell you what.
Yeah.
Ooh, if you could,
Yeah.
theoretically, if
I could,
given the
just in
chance,
general, that's the question. If you could, would
if you could,
Yeah.
if
yeah, I
you
would.
could, if you could. Anyway, if you could, if you were given the chance to go to the toilet, but you'd go through every toilet visit you would ever have for the rest of your life all at once,
Ooh, how long would it take?
as long as it takes. So, like, if you're having a piss, you've got to have a
So-
lifetime's piss.
Yeah, so all the pisses you'd ever take in a lifetime, you could take them all at once, and then you never have to do it again.
Yeah, you have to take a dump over a skip, which is replaced.
Yeah, like
Each
an
time it
Olympic-sized
fills
swimming
up.
pool. Yeah.
Each time it fills out, another lorry comes in, grabs that rope, pulls her out quick.
No, I wouldn't do that. It sounds like efficient time-saving thing, but like half of, like, first of all, how would you get out of work if you couldn't take a 10-minute shift during the day?
Well,
Sorry, I'll just explain this to you. But like,
Yeah, but wouldn't the
When you had a
ultimately,
little bit of a tinkle, you know you were dead soon.
this is a good point. This would be an omen for any kind of future illness.
You'd want to shit.
well, no, you wouldn't
the
fucking
ball-
do it when you're
ball-
old, would you? You wouldn't go like, no, yeah, all right, I want to piss for an hour, and then you piss for 2 minutes.
Yeah, but say you're a healthy 19-year-old man, yeah, and you make
Yeah.
this deal, and then like you look down into the skip that has been placed beneath you, and it's a lot. It looks like you've had. It looks like, but like at maximum it means a week's worth. It's like one of them films with Ashton Kutcher, isn't it?
Well,
Oh no, I'm gonna die in 7 days.
well, this is how films are
Yeah, the
made.
butterfly.
This is how films are made. You have to ask the questions. When
You have to
someone went
ask
up to him and said, "Do
questions.
you think a butterfly would make something happen?" and they said, "That's a film, no."
Yeah, it is. Like,
This
what
is how it
happened
works.
is-
This
yeah,
is how it
what happened
works.
is someone- yeah,
All the
what happened
toilets at
was-
once. Take that to Hollywood, they'd fucking snap it up.
They would. Like, basically, I mean, all toilet-related movies are big right now. This is why we called the podcast Sexy Toilet. We were hoping to cash in on a movie deal.
We're gonna have
Just
to get
like
Ashton
there's that
Kutcher in this
Emoji
as
movie.
well.
Yeah. Well, he'd do it. He'd do it for like Ham. That's how he gets paid.
Well, like he doesn't have a career anymore, so Ham is perfectly adequate. I mean, I don't know how we're gonna get the effect of him cacking for hours on hours.
Yeah. Well, I know he'll do that. He's a good actor. He'll act. He'll just act for an hour.
We'll get him a couple of buckets of chicken. That'll do it.
You know why Ashton Kutcher gets paid in Ham?
Probably because of the cacking.
No. What he does is he waits outside of Demi Moore's trailer. Yeah. No, this isn't as bad as you imagine. And he waits outside of Demi Moore's trailer, and he waits for Bruce Willis to come, crying, begging us to take him back.
Again.
Yeah, and he's from there because it's a 2-story trailer she's got because she's a big star. He's there in the upstairs window of the trailer, and what he tries to do as a game is throw like squares of ham directly onto Bruce Willis's bald head, and then he just shouts "punked."
I thought, you know what I thought you were going to say?
What did you think it was? I was going to
He
say.
shapes the pork into Demi Moore's face, and then when
Yeah.
Bruce Willis comes, because his eyes are blurry from the tears, and he goes, "I'm going to take you back, Bruce. Come on."
Oh. Yeah, and it's just Ashton Kutcher covered in hams and made to look like Demi Moore.
"I'll take you back. Come on." And then he says "punked" while he kicks him in the bollocks.
And then after they've had sex, he says "punked."
I thought you smelt a spam.
I think that's a high note on which to end today's podcast.
No, 10 more minutes.
10 more minutes, fucking hell.
10 more
man.
minutes.
We make it.
Put it
Slap.
back in.
I'm gonna have to go in soft.
You've blown your sexy toilet load too early.
I'm embarrassed. This doesn't happen usually.
He likes it when he's being watched.
Excites
This is
me.
what happens with the
Normally I do
fucking,
it alone in the comfort of my own home.
not watched by an audience.
No.
I was going to say the German auditorium fuck is what they think. That German auditorium, I don't know what they think about this.
In many ways, when I'm just shouting about whatever whatever I've talked to you today about in the street to German people, and most of them don't understand because English, many German people speak English at a basic level. But when you grab them by the coat lapels, start screaming about Ashton Kutcher and his ham costume dressed as Demi Moore, like a lot of them find it offensive.
Alle die reden ist heiße Fotze für mich.
Exactly.
Well, this is the thing, like, for everyone at home, what they don't know is Adam is actually giving a lecture at the moment. This is a live lecture. People are learning.
Like, I do all of my my Sexy Toilet podcasts to a live studio audience of anthropology students.
Are they taking
University.
notes? Are they taking notes?
Because and this is all going to be on the test. Like, this is to them, not the audience at home. The audience at home do take a test, but
They can play at home.
It's an STD test, but like
They can play at home.
play along at home. It's a lot like catchphrase.
Piss into a cup.
It's true. He's one of my MA students.
I am currently suspended for sexual harassment, but I hope in that case.
Yeah.
But then
Well, we're all behind you. We think she's a lying bitch.
Lying bitch.
he has a metaphysical dick, but he doesn't have a real dick, so I think he'll get off fine.
Yeah.
Oh, certainly.
Yeah.
Ghost cocks don't
concise,
go.
Robert. Very concise.
Ooh, e-by gum.
Well, that's what him out of EastEnders said. I mean, not EastEnders, E17. That's what him out of E17 said. Right.
Is he about, that's when
He
the
said,
car ran over.
alright, e-by gum, I'll be alright. Alright,
Yeah, that-
e-by
yeah,
gum,
see that.
alright.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's just pills.
Yeah.
And he drank that cup of tea full of pills, and he was like, "Why is everything strange? Why is my car going backwards and I'm not inside it?"
Yeah.
And he was just
Turns out
That's- he was trying to drive the car, but he forgot to be in it. That's how that
And
works.
somehow, using his mind, drug mind,
Yeah.
took the handbrake off,
Yeah.
ran over him.
Like what he done is he got into the underside of the car, I believe.
Yeah.
That's-
The car backed into him like a hot, crazy bitch.
Yeah.
Like,
his
literally,
dad
like, grabbed
told him. His dad told him that like if you drive from under the car, it'll go faster.
Yeah. It'll reduce the wind resistance.
I mean, it's sound logic, really, from a scientist's perspective,
Yeah.
which is what mine is.
But
I mean,
he went to the press and he made all this stuff up about eating 2 baked potatoes. When really it was a perfectly normal like piping hot cup of ease.
For these, like you know,
Yeah.
tea.
I mean,
Because
like
it
a
wasn't
piping
just
hot
eating-
cup of ease, you're certainly not going to be driving properly. And he was usually you go in the driver's seat, not underneath the driver's seat.
Yeah. Well, like for a long time, Stephen Gately from Boyzone, now unfortunately dead. Like he took a bunch of MDMA and believed he was a taxi engine for 6 months. Just lived under the bonnet of a man, a Sikh man from London. Lived under a black cap bonnet.
He had too much. He had too much fun.
Yeah, Roger Keating.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, that's his name.
Roger Keating.
Roger Keating. Yes, Roger Keating.
All Sikh men have
Yeah,
sing.
yes, of course. Of course, yes, of course. I'm not a cultural professor.
Yeah.
Yeah, Roger Keating. Yes, and
Yeah.
Roger Keating used the humming of that engine to create a unique sound, which sold millions of albums.
Yeah. Life is a roller coaster. You've just got to ride it.
Yes. Life is a taxi for my gay friend, drunk Stephen Gately, and you've just got to abuse the privilege.
Yes. I'm grabbing your gear stick right now, Stephen.
Yes.
I mean, the
So-
warning signs were in boy zone.
Yeah.
I
A
mean,
zone for boys, eh?
Yeah, boys
zone
are now
only
would
for
be fine, wouldn't
boys.
Yeah.
it? Or a very,
Yeah.
it would be a place where women weren't welcome.
Yeah. It's like the Proud Boys in America.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Proud Boys?
The boys zone.
The boys zone.
It sounds like one of those violent, right-wing incel groups.
It's definitely an insult club, the boys zone.
Yeah.
Oh God, I can't wait for the boy zone to come on. Going Electric Boogaloo 2.
We're going to re-establish the boys zones in the United States.
Well, it's better than the E17s.
Well, the E17 are a jihadi group, of course.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
That's why they wore the white
E17
puffer
are actually
coats.
called- Sorry?
That's why they wore white puffer coats.
Yeah, to hide the suicide vests.
Yeah, it was very good as well, yes. Suicide vests were large in those days, of course.
Yeah, the before militarization.
Yes.
Call them, yeah.
Yeah, so you had to wear a very big jacket to cover the television-sized bomb you'd house shops.
Yeah. Like a capital-ray tube it was.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, Apple to a television. And of course, they had to get rid of that part of London as well.
Yeah,
So
they-
1700 postcode, and the Metropolitan Police actually, got rid of it.
Well, it was a famously radically Islamic postcode.
Yes, it was. Yes.
Like,
But there were parts of it that escaped the demolition, and those bricks built that mosque. What was it?
Finsbury Park
Finsbury
Mosque, yeah.
Park Mosque, built by the bricks of
Yeah.
E17.
And they were haunted by jihadism.
Exactly. And became a very we know the rest of it. Don't we?
Yeah, we know the rest of the story. But like, a nice little piece of local history there from
Well,
the
yes.
associate professor.
If you
Yes,
live
of course.
there,
Yeah.
we don't live there.
Yeah.
We're not in
So-
Finsbury Park.
so that's why I have such radical opinions about the state of Israel. But yeah. Oh yeah, we're not allowed
Shut
to
up. We're not allowed to
I'm
say
sorry,
anything
I'm
triple
sorry, I'm not
parentheses.
Yeah.
No.
Certainly, like no people from Goldman Sachs came to my house and offered me like vast quantities of unsecured personal loans for saying nice things about Benjamin Netanyahu.
No, but they did say to make a joke about Andrew Sachs in order to reference them and the bribe they paid you.
Oh yes.
I got mine from Rothmans and Sachs. It was just fags.
Yeah,
Horrible cheap fags. I don't even smoke.
But they weren't cheap bags. They were Regals. They were nice.
They were Rothmans.
The most Jewish of the bags.
They were Rothman sacks.
Rothman sacks, yeah.
Rothman sacks,
Yep.
What's the code word? Go, go, go.
Rubbish men pennies on.
Anyway, young ladies, I think it's come to the end now. I think
it's come to its natural conclusion.
Natural
What we
sexual
learned from today's
conclusion.
episode is the letter from today's episode was, of course, Q for QAnon, and the number was the number pi.
I thought he was 6.
Pi is exactly 6. Well, that's a fucking maths.
Good. Oh. Anyway, to all and sunder, a very
All had a
good
lot of-
night.
We've learned something. We've laughed a little. We've cried a little.
I think we cried mainly.
Everyone. Alright. Well, let's sign off. It's we'd like